Cinderella by Rossini. Cinderella, or in Italian, La Cenerentola, a joyful drama in 2 acts by Rossini, based on the fairy tale by Perrault and the Brothers Grimm. Premiere on January 25, 1817 at Teatro Valle in Rome. Is there anyone who hasn't read the tale of Cinderella at some point? Prince Ramiro is looking for true love. He finds it in Angelina, who is subject to the ridicule and humiliation of her stepsisters and her greedy stepfather. But Angelina and the prince do indeed end up together. Angelina, nicknamed Cinderella, will forgive her stepsisters and stepfather for their unacceptable behavior, and all's well that ends well. Rossini's Cinderella is a typical comic opera. It features a cast of characters like the penniless stepfather who dreams of wealth and the 2 eternally dissatisfied stepsisters. But where it is less typical is in the fact that emotions play an important role, like in the aria sung by Prince Ramiro, who is seeking true love. It is also less typical insofar as it includes certain more melancholic passages that figure prominently at the heart of the comedy, notably sung by the main character of Cinderella, plaintively lamenting her fate. Cinderella is first and foremost a fairy tale. Isn't it great to see a prince find true love with a poor young woman? Isn't that the very nature of fairy tales, the dream of a better life and unexpected happiness? Musically, we find ourselves in Rossini's world of pleasure and humor. Rossini adored lower female voices. This explains why a good number of Rossinian roles went to mezzos: Rosina, the Italian girl, Cinderella. Rossini also had an unwavering sense of humor, but it was for humor that is refined, striking, and disconcerting. He used song to bring out laughter, having his artists sing so many notes at frighteningly fast rhythms, playing with the language to create sounds that brought about chuckles. He also used several ensembles, a succession of duets, trios, and sextets. Vocally, Cinderella is one of the most spectacular and strangest roles that Rossini composed. Spectacular because it requires dazzling virtuosity, which may seem strange because the character also commands a certain level of drama. But this is typical of the bel canto style that Rossini revived in the early 19th century: ornate music, captivating velocity. like any respectable comic opera, there is a comic role for a bass of baritone, in this case Don Magnifico.
Delle spille, chi la pesca delle anguille, ed intanto in ogni lato sarò zeppe contornato di memorie, petizioni, di galline, di storioni, di bottiglie, di brocati, di candele, marinati, di ciambelle, pasticcetti, di canditi, di confetti, di pestaroni, di dobloni, di vanille, di caffè. D'ogni lato sono zeppe contornato, d'ogni lato sono zeppe contornato, di ciambelle, di pancette, di canditi, di confetti, di pestaroni, di dobloni, di vanille, di caffè. Basta, 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 basta.
Cinderella, the renowned popular fairy tale immortalized by Charles Perrault and the Brothers Grimm, may very well be familiar to everyone, but it is not exactly what you see when the curtain rises on La Cenerentola, even though Jacopo Ferretti's libretto is inspired by the tale. No fairy godmother, no pumpkin, no glass slipper, but a bracelet instead, and a stingy and coarse stepfather to replace the stepmother. The opera is something you experience to be moved by the adventures of Angelina, both fragile and luminous, for whom Rossini wrote tender and breathtaking melodies overflowing with vocal acrobatics and arias and ensembles in which phrases jostle for space. Rossini at his finest. Cinderella is the 20th opera by this composer from Pesaro, who was only 24 years old at the time of the work's premiere, a work that he composed in just 3 weeks' time. Cinderella, or Cenerentola, is a comedy in which pure love, noble hearts, and kindness triumph over appearances. It is pure delight. The Opéra de Montréal presents La Cenerentola, or Cinderella, by Rossini, with Julie Boulian in the title role of Cinderella, Pietro Spagnoli as Don Magnifico, Juan José de Leon as Prince Ramiro, Vito Priante as his valet Dandini. The two stepsisters will be sung by Lauren Margeson and Rose Nagar Tremblay, and Spanish conductor José Miguel Pérez Sierre will make his company debut leading the Orchestre Métropolitain in a co-production by the Houston Grand Opera, the Welsh National Opera, the Grand Théâtre del Liceo, the Grand Théâtre de Genève, and the Opéra de Montréal.